ARK on the daily time frame is having two enormously high volume gain days, which has seen price action move from 21,000 Satoshi up to close to 70,000. It has since pulled back to 45,000. Welcome. Today is the 15th day of August 2017. My name is Derek. Welcome. Let's take a quick look at the cryptos. Anything you do in this video is upon your own risk, own reward. And let's shorten out the ARK time frame because most of the cryptos alternate coins do not show this pattern. And this is the hourly time frame. And one of the reasons why I loathe the regular traditional markets is because they close the markets at times and you get looks like this. Now, what happened here? How does it just go from 28 to 36? That makes no sense. When you look at each one, usually the open is pretty much near where the close is, but not on this example. Price action, however, there's that big enormous move up back to the correctionary phase, and within such it has had a breakout to this point, which is above the 18 average. It's within this resistance area. It has pulled back to a higher low within, so it looks like it has the potential to maybe continue on further. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to, as it is highly overextended. When we look back at the daily chart, we can see it's already had an okay pullback, so it's worth doing, but it can very easily come back down this 30 level. If I was getting into a position and I have absolutely no ARK and I say to myself, okay, what's my game plan? How do I want to play this? What I would do is I would buy some now. And then when I can do that, I can place a sell order here and then maybe put another one in around the 99 number. So that's what I would do for that. And I leave some tokens back. I'd buy an okay amount. And then in smaller levels moving forward, maybe put a buy order here, place a buy order maybe in here, put a buy order in here, put a buy order here, maybe place one down towards this low, and just put the buy orders in. So that's basically the strategy that I would place in towards such. If it just keeps going higher, you're gonna have to go along with just a decent or a below decent amount of tokens because you were hoping to get some cheaper on the way. But once it goes up and it comes through, oh, sell order fill, oh, you're sold at say 69.75. Okay, I guess I'll put a buy order in at around 40 and we'll move on. And we'll move on to another code, this being Litecoin, which it's a situation where you have an established level, which is a million Satoshi, or the one handle where it is now. You have a good rally, a good move, and a good amount of time, and you come back to it. That's where I become a buyer, and I did buy at the one handle. And when I look at it, where's some key areas which it came from? Right around here. Maybe I can look at about a 38.2%, somewhere around here to sell, maybe a 61.8%, maybe sell at a matching high. Also on a breakout. And on a breakout, I want to go decently above this, like maybe close to 3 million Satoshi or a 50% gain from break. And then you're going to have situations where some of these gains just get out of control, where you end up getting moves that are like, sorry about this, trying to get the positioning size, but you get the moves that are so gigantic where you think, oh man, this thing can go all the way up to like over like the 32 number, and yet it might go to 60 or 70. It's not out of the realm of possibilities. With CPC, that of Capricorn, this is an area where it's at a previous low, right below 9,000, or right here at 9,000 is where the low was. It pierced just below that handle. And oftentimes, like I stated with the Litecoin, you have a key level, you have a good rally, a significant amount of time, that if it does happen to make a move, that it's probably going to bounce from here. And then you look at some key areas in which it came from. Around the 15,000 handle is the first level. Then you have an area in here at which it came from. You have about a 61.8% mark. These are different areas I like to sell at, of course. Then you got previous high. Now, in a situation where you're usually going to find support at an area like this, not necessarily all the time, but on the rare situations where you get to key levels and you don't, you're probably going to have a decent move to the next level. But this is a situation where the odds, I think, do favor that, at least for, at worst, a dead cat bounce. I mean, it could just maybe go up to this 13.5 and it just might come to here and that's it. But some sort of bounce is usually going to come into play, meaning if this thing is going to have another significant leg lower, 4,000 or so, that is probably first going to do something like that, usually. And then you got codes like ABY, ArtBite. And this has just been so fun to day trade because of all these wild swings that it has. Every single one of these little swings in here, I've been a seller every single time, because I have my sellers in place and then I'll buy back. But every single time I did, here I am selling well in the 200s, even up closer to 300 at times, and then able to buy back at 200 and cheaper. That's every single time going to do that. And then when a situation like this happens, oh, you sold at 280, oh, I can buy back at 200. Okay, let's put a seller again at 280 or 265 or something. And I'll keep doing that. If it does that and comes back down, I'll keep doing that. But I'm holding tokens back because I like this on the longer term time frame. And thus I'm in a situation where, okay, you sell like, say, 3,000 here. Okay, let's buy back, say, 4,000 or 4,500 because of the profit differential. Because I can basically, if you're selling at 300, buying at 200, you get 50% back for free, basically. That's one way of putting it. So then, over the last couple of days, I have had a lot of these areas for altcoins come into where I thought would be key buying opportunities. Thus, a lot of buy orders have been executed. So I'm going to be very interested now to see how these alts do, because they were mainly aligned for if these codes were going to have a significant leg lower, whereabouts do I think they'd be going? And they were decent leg lowers from when I was looking at them in late July. So then I'm going to, normally, again, this is a spot where I'd be like, yeah, maybe it'd be a good idea to buy, but because I was already preparing for that in July to buy for these levels, I've already done so. So now for myself, I've put my sell orders in for everything that I've bought. And there's a time when you play this type of game where you're looking to sell high and then buy back cheaper, where you do this with so many codes, you're going to get buy orders filled over and over and over again when the alt community goes down. But when the alt community starts to go back up, it's going to be going through a day where I get like 10, 15 different codes, all have sell orders at the same time because the market goes up. And that's part of what I noticed within this strategy. And just like I stated with the start, you buy something to begin, buy a bunch, you place some buy orders below, you place some sell orders above. You hit a sell order, you look to buy lower. You hit a buy order, you look to sell higher, basically. So I hope this is informative and helpful. Have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.